I know you're thinking about buying a landed property, maybe from an individual or a real estate company. But in case you're thinking about buying from a real estate company, please make sure you watch this video till the end. In this video, we'll be revealing 4 factors that you must consider if you're thinking of buying a property from a real estate company. In case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Chris Aseka. Please do to subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell notification so you'll be notified when we post new videos, and also do well to give this video a thumbs up. And after watching this video, ensure you go down to our playlist. We have some amazing content that is going to interest you, where you're going to learn anything you need to know about real estate investing. Now let's dive into the topic. Before you buy a property from a real estate company, here are 4 factors that you must consider before you buy a property from a real estate company. The first factor you must consider before you buy from a real estate company is to investigate the company you are buying from. The role of due diligence in real estate transactions cannot be overemphasized. I've talked about making due diligence on any company you want to buy from. That company you want to buy from, when did they started doing business? Are they registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission? Are they registered with other appropriate bodies like the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria? In Port Harcourt here we have the Greater Port Harcourt Development Authority. Are they registered with these bodies? You need to do your due diligence to ensure that you are buying from a reputable company. The company you want to buy from, what are other people saying about the company? Other people that they have sold to in the past, what are they saying about the company? You need to go online and make some research about the company that you are buying from. Make sure they are registered with some appropriate bodies like the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria. The Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria is a body that checkmates the activities of real estate companies in Nigeria. I watched a video some time ago when this chairman of the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria, in a live broadcast, he said that if you are being scammed by a real estate company, that what you need to do is to just bring your receipt, you bring your proof of payment that you paid money to this company and they scammed you, and they are going to do everything in their power to make sure that you get your money back. So any company that is registered with such an association, their activities is going to be checkmated. So it is important to make sure that the company you are buying from, they are registered with some of these appropriate bodies. I'm not trying to say that any company that is not registered with the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria is a dubious company, but then just as pastors will tell their church members that are ladies not to marry any man that is not associated, any man that is not answerable to any person. It is risky if you are buying from a company that is not answerable to any organization. So that is why it is important you buy from a company that is registered with some of these appropriate bodies and they are answerable to those bodies. Another thing you need to look out for when investigating a company is the owner of the company. The person that owns the company, what was he doing before he established that company? What is his background? Is he a dubious person? What have he done in the past? It is important we know all of this before we go ahead to invest in a company. We also look at the lifestyle of the person that owns the company, because when the head is sick, the whole body is sick with the head. So it is important you look at the lifestyle of the person. Is he an extravagant type? Is he a kind of person that will go to places and will be doing charity, calling themselves philanthropists with people's money? It is important you check all of this, because over the years we have seen a lot of real estate companies that failed and they ran away with people's money. One thing you are going to deduce from most of them is the fact that the owner of that company is living an extravagant life. I can begin to call names. One thing I can deduce from most of all of these companies is the fact that their owners, they live an extravagant life, doing charity with money that does not belong to them. So when you want to invest in a company and you see that the owner is doing a lot of charity, doing a lot of philanthropy, be very, very careful. It is not as if someone cannot do charity or philanthropy, but it is important that if they want to do so, they do that with their money, not with investors' money. So investigate the company, investigate the owner before you go ahead to buy a property from that company. The next thing you need to consider when you're buying from a real estate company is hidden charges. Ask your realtor or your real estate consultant, ask him, if I buy this property, is there any other money that I am going to pay? It is important you know all of this before you go ahead to deposit your money for any property, because some of the estates, some of these real estate company, they have some hidden charges that they will not reveal to you at the beginning. So it is important you ask, if I buy this thing, am I going to pay any other money in the future? Hidden charges is actually the money that they normally use in developing the estate, putting some infrastructures in the estate. It is important before you go into any transaction, you are aware of these charges. We have seen a situation whereby you can use 10 million naira to buy a piece of land and you're going to pay development fee of 5 million naira. It's not as if it is bad, but it is important you know all of this before you go into any transaction, because not everybody can afford that money. Some people, they empty their account to buy that piece of property, and after buying it, you are telling them to bring 5 million naira for development fee. Not everybody can afford that. So it is important you ask your realtor or anybody that is directing you, if I buy this property, is there any other fee that I am going to pay, so that you are going to be well informed and you know what you are going into before you make any deposit. The next is to make sure you read through the terms and conditions. They say Africans don't read. I wish it is not true, but unfortunately that is what we are seeing. They are going to give somebody a form to fill and they don't care to read through the terms and conditions before they fill the form. The form you are filling, there are so many terms and conditions that are written in the form. So many things you need to know about that estate that is written in the forms. Before you fill that form, it is important you read through the terms and conditions. If it is something that you don't understand everything, because sometimes most of these forms are filled with a lot of legal jargons that you may not understand as a layman. So it is important that if you don't understand some of all those jargons, you can get a lawyer to interpret them for you before you fill the form and sign on that form. So read through every terms and condition and make sure that you are okay with every terms and condition that is written in the form before you go ahead to make your payments for that property. The next is to know who you are buying from. That company you are buying from, are they real estate developers or are they land flippers? Real estate developers, when they sell a property to you, they are going to ensure that that estate is developed, whereas land flippers, they are marketers. What they are interested in is buying and selling. They buy from the previous owner and they sell to you and they are done. They are not interested in developing the property. So it is important you differentiate the two, you know who you are buying from. Unfortunately, here in Port Harcourt, we have more of land flippers and real estate developers, but they all call themselves real estate developer. So it is important you know who you are buying from before you go ahead to buy. Now, whether you're buying from a real estate developer or you're buying from a land flipper, none of them is bad, but you need to know that if you are buying from a real estate developer, the rate of appreciation will always be high because of the value that they put into their estate. But when you're buying from a land flipper, the rate of appreciation will be low because no value was put into the estate. So the rate of appreciation will be very, very low. Now, how do you differentiate a land flipper from a real estate developer? If you ask them what plan do they have for an estate, you will find out that they literally didn't have any plan for that estate. Why? Because what they are interested in is just selling you the land. They don't have any plan developing that estate. So when you ask them what plan they have for the estate, you find out that they don't have any plan. There's no plan for infrastructure development. There's no plan for anything that is going on in that estate. Why? Because they are just interested in selling the land to you and nothing more. Another way you can find out if they are land flippers or real estate developers is the fact that land flippers, they sell their land very, very cheap. Sometimes you're going to see them, they will even start bragging that after all they are selling their land 1 million, whereas the next company that owns the next land after them is selling their land 2 million naira. Yes, they sell extremely cheap because they know that they are not adding any value to that land, and even if they sell to you at that cheap price that they are selling to you, they have already made their profits. But a company that knows that they are going to add value to the estate that they are selling to you is definitely going to sell their land more expensive. So these are some of the 4 factors that you must consider before you buy property from a real estate company. Just a recap of all I have just said. The first thing I said that before you buy a property from a real estate company, you need to investigate the company that you are buying from, and at the same time investigate the owner. The next thing I said is that you need to ask if there are hidden charges in that property that you are buying. The third thing I said is that you should read the terms and conditions that is written in the form that you are going to fill. And the last is to know who you're buying from, whether they are real estate developers or land flippers. If you have gotten value from this video, please do well to subscribe to our channel, click on the bell notification so you'll be notified when we post new videos, and also do well to give this video a thumbs up. Till I come your way next time, my name is Chris Asika.